Good morning, students. In the continuation of your subject Science, Chapter 1, today we are going to discuss about this basic agricultural practices of crop production. Last day we have discussed about this what is crop, what is agriculture, and what is crop production. But today we are going to discuss about this basic agricultural practices. It is basic agricultural practices. Something we have discussed about this yesterday. That is, it includes how the soil will be prepared, how the seeds will be shown, and how the manures will be added. So today we will discuss all these processes in detail. How the crops are grown by using different methods. So the first step of this crop production is that is the preparation of soil, because as we have discussed soil is important. Why? Because the plants grow into the soil, so the soil should be prepared properly for the production of crop. Before sowing the seeds, the soil should be prepared. After the preparation of the soil, what we will do, we will sow the seeds into the soil. The seeds will be shown into the soil. Third is application of manure. Application of manure. Manure is what? Manures and fertilizers. Manures are the natural substances and fertilizers are chemical substances. But the objective of these both are to provide nutrition to the plant, because plants also require nutrition. So these provide the nutrients to the plant. Okay. After providing this manure and fertilizers, next step is that is irrigation, because plant prepare their food with the help of sunlight and water, carbon dioxide. So by this doing this practice, that is irrigation, what we do, we provide the we enrich the soil with the water so that the plants can absorb the water from the soil. So there should be proper irrigation. Then it is weeding or removal of weeds. Weeds are what? Weeds are the unwanted herbs that are grown along with the main crop. These are weeds. The weeds should be removed because these weeds can absorb the nutrient from the soil, and that's why our crop will not get the proper amount of nutrient. So this weeding is done to remove the weeds. Then it is the harvesting. Harvesting is done when our crop is prepared. Then after harvesting, the threshing is done, and last is that is winnowing. So after this winnowing, we get our crops. Okay. Then this crop should be stored properly so that it can be used in future. Otherwise, if it is not stored in a proper manner, then it will be attacked by different, either it will be fungus and anything. So our crop will become this rotten. So to prevent this should be stored properly. So all these practices that should be done for the proper crop production, and after doing that, it can be used in future. So one by one we will discuss these things. The first topic is that is the preparation of the soil. So it is the preparation of the soil. So now question arises, why the soil should be prepared? Because as we have discussed many times in this case, soil is the place where the plants will start to grow. Okay. So because the seeds will be shown into the soil, so the soil should be properly prepared before sowing the seeds. Because if the soil is not prepared, preparation of soil means that is plowing or tilling. Plowing or tilling, what is the benefit of this plowing or tilling? It plowing or tilling loosens the soil. What is the benefit of this loosening the soil? Because it will get the proper amount of air, as well as its water holding capacity will also increase. So the plants will get proper amount of air and water. For that purpose, the soils are plowed or its tilling is done. So there are some points that we have to discuss over here. Ki why this plowing is done, preparation of soil is done. So it helps in easy penetration of roots of seedlings. Because when the seeds start to grow, if the soil is compact, it is not loose, so it will be very difficult for the roots to grow deep into the soil. So it helps in this easy penetration of root. Then next is it aerates the soil, because as we have discussed, key roots of the soil need proper amount of air so that they can breathe properly. Okay, so if it is not properly loosened, then roots cannot breathe easily. Then next is the loosened soil helps in the growth of earthworm and microbes present in that. What it does, as we know, that the microorganisms and earthworm, it is um, helpful in the enriching the soil with the nutrients. Okay, because they convert the dead and decaying organisms into the humus, and they also loosens the soil. So it is beneficial for that. Then next is that is the nutrient rich soil is brought up from lower level of soil, so the plants can use these nutrients. So what is done after plowing, the nutrient rich soil that is below the below layer of the soil, it comes on the above surface, so that it becomes this easy for the plants to take these nutrients. After that, it uproots the weeds and kills them. It also uproots, means the weeds that are unwanted herbs and plants, they are uprooted by this tilling or plowing. So all these are the necessity before sowing a seed into soil, means the soil should be properly prepared. And how this is done? By plowing or tilling. So how this plowing and tilling is done? Plowing in the recent times, it is done with this plow. Now it is done with the plow, hoe, cultivator and leveler. These are the different equipments, agricultural equipments that are used for the tilling or plowing the soil and loosening the soil. So plow, you have seen, it is a wooden plow is a wooden or metal device. Okay, this wooden device you have seen in the old time, like in this picture you can see a farmer is using this plow that is working on this bullocks. So these bulls are plowing this soil. So plow serves many purpose. It is tilling or loosening the soil, adding fertilizer to the crop, and removing the weeds. So this is the wooden plow. The next is that is the hoe. It is the hoe. It is also like this plow, but it is made up of this metal. Okay. It is also used for loosening soil as well as the removing the weeds. The next is that is cultivator. The next is cultivators, that you can see in this picture that a tractor is running this cultivator. So these days in large fields, plowing is done with the help of cultivator driven by tractors. It saves the time and labor, because it is a high technology machine that saves our time and labor cost. Then it is the leveler. After plowing the soil, the surface of the soil should be made leveled. So it is done with the help of this leveler. Leveler is what? It is a large piece of wooden plank which can also be driven by animals or by tractors. You have seen after distilling the soil, they use this leveler. That is called henga in Hindi. Okay, so all these equipments, the different like plow, wooden plow, that is hoe, this cultivator, and this wooden leveler, All these are the different equipments that are used for preparing the soil by tilling or by plowing. Okay, so now by doing all these various activities, our soil is now, it is prepared, it is loosened properly, it is prepared, it is labeled. Now our soil is ready that the seeds should be sown now. So the our next step is, that is the sowing of seeds. Okay, this is the sowing of seeds. So seeing seeds, of once our soil is prepared, now the seeds are ready to be shown in the soil. So it is the process. So sowing is the process of putting the seed into the soil. Sowing is what? Sowing is the process of putting the seeds into the soil. This process is known as sowing. So before sowing the seeds, first step is to select the good quality seeds, because if the seeds are not of good quality, so they will not able to survive in the soil, and their production is also less. So the seeds should be of good quality. Good and healthy seeds should be selected. And sowing its seed is done in crops like wheat, maize, bajra, mustard, etc. However, some crops like sugar cane and potato, vegetative parts, vegetative, that we have discussed in your previous class. Vegetative parts means other than the reproductive part, like this stem, leaves, and all that. These are vegetative parts. We have seen this sugar cane or potato. Their vegetatives are parts like stem is cut and shown into the soil. So it can be with the help of the seed, that is reproductive part, or like in this wheat, maize, bajra, mustard, or the vegetative parts like this sugarcane and potato, that can be shown into the soil. So one is there, you have seen the farmers take the seeds and they throw by hand in the throughout this different fields. So this method of sowing of the seed is called this broadcasting. It is called this broadcasting. So what is that broadcasting? Broadcasting is the method of sowing seed by hands at random. Means there is no fixed manner of this sowing of the seeds. Randomly they take the soil and throw throughout the field. So this method of throwing or sowing the soil randomly by farmers by hand, it is called this broadcasting. But nowadays it is done with the help of this seed drill. Seed drill, you can see there is openings on the lower side, and here the seeds are kept in this funnel, and when it runs throughout this soil, so the seeds come from these part, that is this plow. Okay, the seeds come along with this plow, and at a certain interval these seeds are thrown throughout this field. Okay, so these days the seed drill is being used. It is called the seed drill. So by doing that, the seeds can be shown either with the help of this hand, randomly it can be thrown throughout this field. It is called this broadcasting, or by with the help of this seed drill. This can be done. So by doing that, we have sown the seeds into the soil. Now our soil is now, seeds are seeds are shown into the soil. Seeds of the different, you have seen in case of this rice. Okay, first it is sown into the soil, then it is taken out from the soil, then again it has to be transplanted into the soil. So once the seed is planted and its small plants start to grow, these are called this nursery is grown, and after that these nurseries, they can be second time they can be transplanted into the soil. Many nurseries, they are sold on the different flowering plants and this showcase plants. These are nurseries are available into the market also. So nurseries are what? These are the small plants that are prepared by seed, and these nurseries are then transferred into the soil. So this is about the different methods of this soil. So there is one oral question is there that you have to do. Like the first question, it is the name of the branch of agriculture which deals with the growing vegetable, fruit and ornamental plant. It is called this horticulture. It is horticulture. It is called this horticulture. Then second is the grains we obtain from called is called, last day we have discussed, it is called this produce. It is called this produce. Then which of the following is not a rabi crop? Like wheat, it is also rabi crop. Gram is also rabi crop. Pea is also rabi crop, but maize is not a rabi crop. Rabi crop we have discussed that are shown into the during the winters. So wheat is also shown into winter. Gram, pea, all these are winter plants. But meat is a kharif plant. And the given give the one use of the given device. It is to loosen the soil. It is hoe. It is used for loosening the soil or removing the weeds. And then what are the seeds